Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally going to be going in just a second. Looks like we do have a pause. I'm praying that this is just because the other analysts have taken a little bit too long. Yeah, I'm really hoping we'll be going back into this one shortly. We should be underway as soon as possible. Obviously, in the previous map, went very, very close, but it did go to Tengri in OT. So, for anybody who missed that, well, probably, maybe some of you even waking up from NA, many other things could have happened since. We do at least have everybody in the server. The server is working. Everybody's moving, by the looks of things, although not at the moment because we are currently in the pause. And by the looks of things, we are going to be getting underway, so we'll be going into this one in just a moment. Of course, this is the map pick of Tengri. They're going to be looking to take this in a 2-0 fashion and make their way through to tomorrow. Harry, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think after the delays, Tom, that it's just nice to see these two teams here and ready to go still. I was worried that, you know, we could have had, I don't know, a serious injury from the weight or something. Who knows? But no, it's not going to be the case. It's Tengri kicking things off on the T side. I mean, he's sending everyone over here towards B, playing the contact B. So taking it slowly for the time being, going in slow, waiting until they get spotted, and then just going to rush on through. And while they spot out the first player, Robo going to be tagged down low. They're going to look to try and charge on him, but actually they're held back for the timing. The utility usage really pivotal here as Robo tries to buy time. Fitch can be able to find him early on. Roman within the sight. Players already rotating around. 3 guys with an earshot on the bomb, looking to go down. Changa baiting it out perfectly, just dispatching of Roman. And now Dursky trying to do all he can to deny that bomb plant. Keep buying time for the rest of the team to rotate on through, and they are going to be nearby. But he will fall within the sight.
Yeah, one by one they fall and hit Mouse. Player who definitely pulled his weight in that previous matchup alone. But he will be forgotten as all players are dropped for the CT side. Tengri get their 1-0 lead on the T side as well. And we saw them on this map earlier. Was versus Vega Squadron, who have already got themselves through to the semi-final stage. Of course, this is our elimination match, as you can see on the screen. And the winner of this will go on to face the Spirit Academy, which is our next matchup, and that is the decider for Group A. Group B will start tomorrow, and then we get into the lovely stuff of the playoffs Saturday. So, investment in 4 rifles, in fact, for the T side. Not giving too much hope for the pistols. Obviously, every player dropped will mean it's likely that a rifle will be removed. The 1 UMP on Sonic is the only moneymaker as well. On the T side, although they're pretty much securing their round with this sort of buy, it does reduce the amount of money they're able to make if they don't keep all of the players alive.
Yeah, I mean, look at this push from Dursky. How do you look at it? He stands to gain something. You can either spot the player rotating back off ramp, try to come in from behind and wipe him out, and that is going to be the decision he makes. And they're not going to see this one coming. SNK going to get caught looking completely the wrong way. Could even see a knife kill come out here as long as he checks the angle. SNK going to walk out of his crosshair, and SNK will go down. So an AK picked up, the damage done. Dursky swiftly dealt with, at least over towards ramp, as they do manage to trade that one out. And now Hitmouse, one of the star players from the previous maps, over into CT, trying to deny this bomb plant, but he isn't going to be able to. It will go down. Does peek on out, though, and deal with Ramzik initially, trying to get more work done. Peeking on in from CT. The rotate's coming in from the rest of his team slowly but surely, as the 1 HP Roman tries to make his way down through short in mid. There are players here to deal with him. Robo going to fall over in window. Roman's not looking too healthy. He might just look to save the armor and the P250 if he can, especially now as Hitmouse goes down. Roman with 1 HP and a bucket full of dreams. Won't be able to get much done.
Yeah, it's still costly, though. It has to be said. Like, they've lost an AK, lost a UMP. UMP's not the worst case, but they've still taken damage in this sort of force buy round. Now, obviously, into the next, there's going to be next to nothing except for that 1 P250 on Roman, unless he can somehow duck back into the side and pick something up, which he won't be able to do. I imagine that Tengri will probably purchase up maybe a Mac 10 or something of the sort, just to try and make some extra cash, and Pachanga will do just that. I wonder if Fitch is going to do the same. Obviously, from Ramzik's perspective, he wants to have that extra money, which is quite weird, in fact, because he's the one we want to see on the AWP, but he's not going for the SMG, he's not going for the farming, he's just going to keep that rifle in hand. CT side, they might as well go for something interesting, and as we can see, they've got 3 players currently in dark. They're going to all play around that sort of balcony area, around the palace. They have spotted out SNK, who's holding a rifle and is currently alone, so he's to be a little bit careful, but by the looks of things, he's got things under control. Fitch with a double as well, and a flawless round to continue from the previous 3-0 Tengri, but the buy is coming.
Yeah, now after his prolonged break, Fitch still looking to be firing on all cylinders, 7-0, top of the board. And
Sonic is 0-0-0.
Yeah, for him, it's still a new day. You know, he just stands to finally break into this game. Hasn't really seen anyone or anything. And as you said, the buy going to be coming in from Nemiga. It's just going to be rifles across the board. No warp up yet for Cyber Focus to try and use. Turning their attention towards Palace early on. It looks like Dursky might even try his luck at some aggression here. Will be Molotoving it off for the time being, disallowing that peek to come out from Pachanga. Ramzik watching mid with the AWP. Robo's just on the other side of that barrel over the top of the smoke, peeking on over, but he just doesn't quite spot him out. And now the push coming up through Ram. Dursky, the first man to fall as Sonic entries into the site. Fitch is going to go down, and the trade comes in instantaneously as Pachanga and SNK find 2 frags between them. Down goes Robo in mid. And in the blink of an eye, it's all on Roman. 1v4 rotating in from B. And now just going to sit on top of the cinder blocks and weep.
Yeah, not really much he can hope to do in this sort of round. T side are going to want to build up as much money as possible. It'd be nice for them to take the rifle out of the round, but no real necessity to do just that. And the setup onto the A site worked wonderfully, just picking things off. We spoke about the fact that Sonic hadn't seen anyone. The first person he sees, he takes the head clean off on the entry. And now Pachanga even going to go hunting for his final frag. Will in fact lose his life, so slightly damaging the T's a little bit, but they've already got plenty of money built up from the last few rounds. And as you can see from the CT side, they're going to be able to invest a little bit into pistols, something at least to hope to do some damage. But other than that, it's really just that rifle on Roman. And he was another player, actually. He was right near the top of the board towards the end. It took him a while to get rolling. But once he was there, he was actually right at the top. I think he even overtook both Hitmouse and Cyber Focus. I may be slightly off with that, but he was very, very close up there with them anyway. So they're going to need that sort of performance from him, especially in a round like this, where he's the only person with a weapon.
Tengri turn their attention over toward middle. SNK.
Lovely flash.
Trying to open something out. But yeah, Roman going to be there to pick up that first frag with the M4, as you said. Great flash to allow him that first frag. Going to be completely untradeable as well. So do have the man advantage, but still only have the 1 M4 on the team. Robo going to be putting that PT-50 in armor to good use. And now suddenly they managed to get themselves another rifle in play. Hitmouse going to be scavenging the one that they gained earlier, and suddenly it's quite a formidable force up. Roman's still doing the damage. Pachanga going to go down. They've gotten very little done here for the side of Tengri. Haven't gained any ground. Trying to make something happen now towards B in an act of desperation. Pushing up through short. It is going to be a Fitch with Ramzik trying to make his way in through apps as well. The AWP and the AK, a lot of work to do. Now, most of these players being unarmored and Roman going down means they do have a bit of leeway in towards the B-bomb site. Dursky's going to be hot on their heels, flanking around from behind, but Fitch is making it work with the AK. Cyber Focus is still pushed up aggressively within the site. Robo going to be spotted on out, and Ramzik goes for the bomb plant. Here's Cyber Focus, does spot him out. They know that he's in the site. Fitch takes the head off Robo. Cyber Focus is buying time. The rotate coming in from Abs. It's Dursky with that PT-50. It's all on him. It's Ramzik trying to 1v1 this out. Spots the player up in Abs, goes for the flick, and he's tagged down to 23 HP. Both these players so close to going down. Going to be faking out the bomb plant. There's so little time left, and it's going to be that Dursky does make his way into the site. Just playing the time game, playing it perfectly from his point of view. And just playing around the pillar. Rams are going to go for the peak and takes him down. Dursky will fall, and that is Tengri to pick themselves up a 5th round. Incredibly close. And now the buy can come in from Nemiga once again.
Ramzik and Fitch are just so good on this team. They're just deadly together. 2 versus 5. Yes, it was pistols or unarmored players or whatever sort of excuse you want to make, but that is still picking off all of those players one by one and able to turn it into individual duels. It was very well played by both of them. Last kill took a little bit of time, but still work done. On the flip side, it has to be said though, damage costing that T economy quite a bit, and Cyberfocus will even start things off with a kill onto Sonic. But look at Fitch, Pachanga, they're going straight out onto the site. They're looking to trade things straight back. Hitbox, hit mouse. He's hitting the hitbox at least, as he will be able to trade a couple back, leaving it into a 2v2.
Yeah, and Tengri actually going to make the decision just to leave A. You know what? They've worked hard to get it, and now they don't want it. They're going to turn their attention instead back towards T-spawn, and now look to make their way potentially in towards B, but, you know, the option to head down through mid and sell a bit of a double fake is still very much on the card. Roman going to be reading this perfectly, makes his way towards lower tunnel, so his position is incredibly strong for him in this scenario. Ramzik does get reunited with the AWP, but having Roman in lower tunnels, he can hear the rotate up through B if they do decide to go for it. He can hear players on short, and he can also hear if they try to make their way up through connector. But as they sneak on by, Roman hasn't heard anything. Neither has Robo. That solitary AWP shot is going to give it all away. Roman is in such a strong position to shut this down. They shouldn't see this coming. Having a player up in apps, it just gets checked then by SNK as he jumps up to check it, and they believe it's going to be clear. Now Roman can pounce, deal with the player on site, leaving this all on Ramzik. 1v2, bomb timer ticking away. The rotate from Robo is still a long way off, and we're going to just see Roman fall on back, wait for Robo to get into a good position as he rotates in through CT. Ramzik on the site. Bomb timer ticking away. They are going to be on the clock, and Ramzik finds the first. Robo going to go down. He gets the information as to where one of these players are, but Ramzik is still very much a huge threat here at this point. Over the smoke, trying to duck and weave around. That shot is going to miss as Ramzik grabs a second down range and gets himself the triple. Tengri once again by the skin of their teeth, but a phenomenal clutch to come in from Ramzik. 6-0 now in favor of Tengri on their T side.
He's just so good. He's just playing very, very well today. I've been impressed throughout every single map, even the one that they managed to lose. And yeah, again, just methodical in the way that he played there. He spotted the smoke coming out. Could have gone for the aggressive push to try and find out more information, but here's the footsteps from behind and just takes them individually. It has to be said, I have to wonder if Nemiga could have played that a little bit better. Could have worked more as a team rather than trying to take those fights, but it just looked like they got picked apart, and to win that with an AWP, even more impressive. More SNK, aggressive push, but it is traded. 2 kills back for the CT side. Ramzik once again able to bring it into a much closer scenario, and now the bomb is going to go rotating in towards the site, but there's still another player here, Cyberfocus.
No.
Lurking around the site. They're back to back at the moment, and it will be Ramzik who finally turns around. Robo with the AK maybe wanting to save. Changa's going to try and deny that, but it's AK in a 1 versus 2. There's got to be a temptation.
Yeah, not just the temptation, but the desperation of these guys now. It does look like they're going to make the decision just to fall on back. Robo going to opt to save the AK in this scenario. It does mean that they have a little bit more money to invest up into the next. I mean, it does mean, however, Tengri cement that 7th round. A 7-0 lead now. Only thing is, in these last couple of rounds, we've only seen them keep, what, 4 out of a potential 15 players alive across the last 3 rounds. So their economy is starting to hurt over on the T side. It's not looking as strong as it should be for a team with a 7-0 lead. Saving the AK as well does allow these guys to pick up an AWP with plenty of utility behind it.
Yeah, the thing is, though, it gets to the point where when does damage just it's not enough. Like 7 rounds on the T side. We saw earlier Tengri's CT side was actually the better of the 2 by quite a margin. So if they've already got 7 rounds, it's just scary. And there's no return as of yet. Yes, the CTs now have a buyback, but even if they win this round flawlessly, there's still going to be money for their opponents to actually purchase back up. So you have to worry quite a lot for Nemiga in this sort of situation, and the fact is, this is the map pick of their opponent. Tengri going to be feeling very confident going into this one. Bomb. 2 other players currently waiting over towards that A site. Potential to just split through underpass with the 2 players in upper B. A little bit of aggression has come out from Roman, though, although the smoke is denying him any vision at this moment. They're going to be throwing out some utility. It will be a little bit careful because there's 2 players on the other side.
It looks like Robo's going to be opting to rotate off of A. Not do they know it, but that's not really the most ideal scenario for these guys now. It looks like Tengri a little bit curious as to what A holds in store. Ramsey going to be making his way out from Palace. Does spot out the first, and he's fancy with the dig, dropping out Dursky. Now Utility going to rain on in towards the A bomb site. Ramsey just locking down the angle from Palace, and actually the bomb's looking like it might think about rotating on back. They're going to throw smokes and flashes out towards B, and I think they're going to try and sell the double fake here. 2 players out on the site. It's already forced the rotate coming in from 3 players for Nemiga. They do pick up both the frags over towards B, but now this is where the A site looks incredibly vulnerable, and the timing has to be perfect, and it is. Hitmouse will go down. Robo and Cyber Focus to try and clutch this one out. It's a 2v3 with bomb planted. Turn into a 2-on-2 as Robo does find Fitch.
Oh, lovely dunk as well. Robo out, but the man left is Cyber Focus, someone who has been great so far, but not in this map. It's been all about Ramzik and that AWP, 12-1. And yeah, no doubt tactical pause needed. 8-0 at the moment. Nemiga really in trouble, and even though it has been some closer rounds, it doesn't matter when the scoreline is this one-sided. And I quite like the double fake. I think the problem with that sort of scenario is it can go very badly wrong. Like, if they don't get a single kill on the B side and it's a 3 versus 2 retake, anything could have happened. The same could be said if that pincer doesn't come in perfectly timed, which you have to give them credit for as well. Like, you say, okay, if this doesn't work out. The fact is it did, because the timing was so flawless as to where they split back into
exactly,
that A
right?
side.
And that's a lot of, what can separate a team that does well, things like that, and a team that does bad. I mean, if their timing was even a couple of seconds off, and you'd allowed Hitmouse within that A-bomb site to even find one singular frag, it would have been an entirely different story, as we saw there at the end. And yeah, I mean, it comes down to that. It's all right saying if it didn't work, as you said, but it did, and it paid off well, and that was all down to them knowing their timings for it, getting it all spot on. And this round, well, they're going to be turning their attention over towards mid. Going to have 2 players here early on, with Pachanga looking to wrap up through lower tunnels to assist dealing with the players over in mid. A crossfire setup between short and connector looks to be the order of the day to try and keep Tengri at bay over in mid. And Pachanga's going to be the one to try and first peek out, I think, in towards connector. Pop flash going to come through for him, and he goes darting on through, finds the first one to Dursky, but then you do have Hitmaster there to trade things back. Meanwhile, Cyber Focus goes down in CT because SNK is charged out towards the A bomb site and catches Hitmouse completely off guard. A 2-man advantage secured, the A bomb site just torn in half, and SNK doing all the work necessary and more to try and cement this 9th round here for Tengri.
Roman looking to be the one to change the tide. Back in towards the site, finds one. His teammate falls, however, and Fitch, no problems, gets both kills, even saves the AWP at the end. 9-0, and see, these are the sort of moments where even, like, you've had your tactical pause, you've tried to change something, things have not worked out again. This is just the point where you're completely demoralized. I'm wondering what can actually turn the tide for Nemiga, and if that is the case, like, even if they manage to get 6, Tengri looked so good on the CT side earlier today. I just don't know how they're going to manage this one. Still, pistols for this round. AWP on the Ramzik alongside the right squad. And, well, these are just confidence plays now. Pachanga running straight through the smoke, manages to find the first one. Hitmouse and Co trying to trade something back over towards ramp, but unable to find it. Currently leaving just Dursky boosted up on the box over towards B. I think he's about to have a lot of players coming his way.
Yeah, Robo will fall in the meantime, and they haven't even made it into the B bomb site yet. Hitma's going to be staying over here towards A, but SNK is positioned to try and keep him at bay. And Dursky, here's the bomb. Kwan gets the first, tries to get more done, and he's mid-air, goes ahead and mops it up. Now suddenly this whole situation turned on his head. Fitch will to deal with him, and the second as well, as Roman falls in a spectacular display of marksmanship in towards the B bomb site, quickly remedying a situation which otherwise could have proved fatal for Tengri. Peeking out towards short. Fitch spots out the last player, Hitmouse. Trying to retake this. Does have a kit. Also got the AK. Ramsey going to be holding the angle with the AWP, though. Misses that initial shot. Fitch now takes the repeat, and they're just going to be chipping away at him. He will go down as Fitch gets the 3K. Tengri reach double digits and still have yet to concede a round. And what we're seeing here is just Tengri looking angry and fueled up after a break.
I love this duo. This top duo of Fitch and Ramzik. They're just so
I thought
deadly.
you meant me and you. I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Us two, of course. Everybody already knows that. I don't need to say that. But, yeah, they're just incredible. Just even when they're in sort of a worse scenario or things begin to go wrong, calm and collected. And, well, there's a reason that pretty much every single clutch has gone the way of Tengri in this game. And those two definitely seem to have the number of their opponents. 10-0. Again, it was only pistols, but I think we're past the point where that's really acceptable. And already, Ramzik finds a gap in the smokes. And Dursky is gone.
Robo should be trying to go for some aggression through the smoke in mid, and it will catch Ramzik off guard, so they go ahead and find an equalizer, and this is the best we've really seen them look. The only issue is, somehow on the stairs, Pachanga's in the backline. This is something he's been so damn good at time and time again. Gets himself two before Cyberfocus finally is able to deal with him. And he's already rotating back through CT, leaves jungle, so that's going to allow the Tengri guys to make their way across. The smoke will go down for jungle. Cyberfocus relocating. It's going to be enough to catch these guys off guard and could potentially open it up, putting it back into a 2-on-2. Sonic peeks on out, spots the player over in CT, but it doesn't matter because Cyberfocus is faster on the trigger, shuts him down. And Roman now rotating in from B. It will be a 2-on-2. Bomb hasn't been allowed to go down just yet, and they don't have a smoke for CT. That repositioning from Cyberfocus could have just won Nemiga the round. Roman going to be posted up over in jungle. Just waiting with bated breath. That Molotov alerts him to the fact that there is still a presence here from Tengri, and Roman's able to find one out on the Fitch. SNK now takes the duel up close. Cyberfocus in CT. The hopes of Nemiga lying on his shoulders right now. Only 18 seconds left. Switches things out to the M4. Playing it around the side. Molotov forces him out of the open, and SNK gets the frag. So incredibly close. An 11th round for Tengri, though, as they show no remorse.
I thought that was it. I thought they were finally going to be on the board. And then 1v2 for SNK. It just shows the depth at the moment for this Tengri side. So many players able to just step up. 11-0 on the T side of Mirage. And now, well, we get into the depths of the four spies. Nemiga going to invest into UMPs of FAMAS. A couple of M4s. Still a boatload of utility. But they're not even close to really breaking that economy. Ramzik still on $10,000. Even after they only have one player surviving. Now this round they've gone for a little bit more of a gamble. I suppose if nothing works, try and stack. They have 4 players over towards this A side, leaving Roman alone. I do have to say it seems like Tengri are a little bit more inclined to head towards A, so it's understandable. And with Roman in such an aggressive position, it's possible he could spot the players, but he's actually going to fall back to the site. Mid control in the meantime has completely gone to Tengri. No challenge this time from Nemiga. As said, if things aren't working, you might as well try something different, but they're really relying on these players to go towards that.
Oh, and Pachanga time and time again in through connected, just the force to be reckoned with in the smoke, dropping at Cyberfocus, and he's been the one really opening these rounds up, if you ask me. SNK going to go ahead and extend that lead that much further as he just chips away at Robo, takes his head clean off, and now they've grabbed themselves a 2-man advantage. The B-bomb site completely open as the rotate is called for Roman to come on in, and he's going to fall anyway. Pachanga not showing any mercy over in mid, shutting these guys down. Tengri poised to pick themselves up at 12th. There's going to be no money left for Nemiga into the next round. You thought these last couple of buys are bad. This next one could stand to be even worse unless they save these rifles, in which case it is going to be a different story. But you know, Tom, I said it since the beginning. Tengri thought they were going to take it 2-0.
I remember you switching your prediction and did your own overpass.
Nah. That was so long ago, you're probably remembering it wrong. Yeah, it's all going to be on Hitmouse. 1v4. Let's turn it into a 1-on-3. Looking to try and save the AK up, but they're going to go hunting.
Why not?
I think he should better save it unless he... Oh, he's dancing with death. Ramsey's not the man you want to be peeking up close. Fitch does spot him out, but no, he's able to hold on to the AK at least. Tengri, though, a 12-0 lead. 16-0 dream still alive, but now that I've pointed it out, they're going to win this round because that's how CS is.
I don't know why he did that. I suppose you want them. Oh wow, I just completely blank. Nemiga. That's what we've been calling them the whole time. Nemiga. There we go. Just brain is gone. But either way,
good job.
yeah, you did say that they were going to win earlier. I did not forget it, and that's your way of jinxing them. But it's already going to start off with a quick trade. Cyber Focus putting that AK to good use. Gives them that advantage. Anybody in chat wants to blame someone for the 16-0 dream, you know who to tweet at. Just Harry GG.
They're not giving up just yet. Ramsey and Fitch, the dynamic duo, might have gone down, but Pachanga's looking to try and prove himself over in mid once again. Looking to be the thorn in their sides as they try to maintain this man advantage. Pachanga just worming his way up through connector. SNK and Sonic, meanwhile, over here at B. Roman going to be playing it up close with the Mag 7. Does have the crossfire set up with Cyber Focus over on short. Pachanga still in connector, still in the backline, could wreak a lot of damage if he peeks out at the right time. And the timing right now couldn't be more perfect. Dursky has now turned his attention over towards connector, though, and Pachanga will go down, leaving this on SNK and Sonic 2v4. As they push in over towards B. Pop Flash going to come through. Roman forced back, but still playing the angle with the Mag 7. Finds the first, takes the peak. SNK fighting for his life at this point. 1v4, trying to make his way out. Going to have so much damage done on the back of the Mag 7. Tagged down at 14 HP, bomb out in the open, and that nade, not even given the chance to finish it as Cyber Focus beats them to it.
That was the change they needed, a Mag 7, of course. Don't know how I didn't think of that myself. 12-1. Tengri have finally lost themselves around, but still an incredible T-side no matter what happens from here on out. They've still got the money to buy, of course. Ramzik on his AWP. The rest of the team with the AK's full utility. The CT side, however, do have a decent buy themselves. No skimping this time. They've got everything they need, other than all of their players alive. As Ramzik is just going to deny Cyber Focus very early in the round and find that initial pick.
The aggression comes out towards A. The double peek out connected does pay off, though, as Fitch goes down. But in the meantime, it's allowed all of Tengri to make their way out onto the A bomb site. It's going to be a 3-on-4 in the retake, and they've got to worry about Pachanga, who's right now in their backline once again. Just causing so many problems. Robo having to wait on this angle to deal with him. Pachanga even spotting the player out and then finds the frag. There's no stopping him. You know that he's there, but you can't kill him. He's like some sort of killer in the mist. And well, now he's coming in from behind to try and do that much more damage onto Nemiga. They're going to be pushing on through, but now they're going to get being shot from all angles. 3 different positions to try and keep an eye on. And Dursky desperately trying to stay alive, but Pachanga not going to let that happen. Gets the 3K. And it cements a 13th for Tengri.
(13-1). Long way back for Nemiga, and well, they don't really have the weaponry to fight it back with. Deagle onto Cyber Focus. Definitely hasn't had the same star-studded performance we saw from him previously, but neither has the rest of the team. It has been poor showing on their CT side. The scoreline definitely reflects it. 10K looking for the early damage through the smoke. See a little bit of aggression into apps and onto short as well, but the early pick will come in, and guess who it is once again? It's Ramzik with that AWP. Has just been troublesome all the way through. Fitch splitting onto the site. Hitmouse now the only one left, and he'll be picked apart, leaving only Robo and Roman on the wrong side of the map. Bomb rotating in.
Yeah, it's all eyes on Roman in this 1v4. He does have a good position there to try to shut this down. Pachanga's going to take the peek as his spidey senses start tingling, but he will be snuffed out. They know where Roman is, and SNK going to take the peek, but no, Roman's angry. He's taking heads off, and now Ramzik going to be watching the potential play up through connector. It's really the only spot that Roman can come from, unless he leaps through window. Trying to push on up. Both these players are going to take the door, but down goes Sonic, and Roman's going to make things difficult. Now it's the one-on-one. Ramzik, though, doesn't give him any opportunity to even get a second round on the board. Takes his head clean off, and that's Tengri with 14. Nemiga with 1. The comeback is happening in the second half, though.
A long way to go. Only 2 rounds needed for Tengri. A pistol is more than a must. They have to get it to stay in this game. Unless they're planning on winning, well, 14 rounds in a row from then on out. Hit will be brought up onto Sonic. A lot of utility, in fact, for the T's, which could be interesting to see what they actually do in this round. Looking like they're just going to go straight for an A smoke setup, which the most expected thing. They're actually going to duck below as well, that USP of Fitch, which was peeking in to see if anybody pushing in that direction. And already the smokes are going to go raining in, and Robo starts things off.
Yeah, they continue their aggression in towards the site. SNK going to be the one player who can try and do some damage from behind the boxes. Does get the first. Going to be tagged away, but he's still somehow alive and kicking. They finally managed to deal with him. And now they have to get this bomb down. Look at this flank coming in from Pachanga, though. He's been the thorn in their side. He looks to carry that forward now into their CT half. Charging in through T-spawn. It's going to make a lot of noise, and Hitmouse is posted up to try and shut him down. If this does happen, they spot him out. Pachanga going to be tagged away and then fall to Hitmouse. 2-on-4 in the retake. Make that a 1v4 as now Ramzik finds himself alone. And he will fall to Robo, who has an insane pistol round. And he's someone who's had quite a few insane pistol rounds thus far. Really trying to carry Nemiga through this one. It is going to be them though to find the pistol, which is at least a glimmering ray of hope in an otherwise dark and untimely universe.
"14 rounds in a row. That's what they need. They're going to be sticking in. Of course, this is an elimination match. Tengri also fighting for survival. They are going to be buying back into this round. Scout dropped to Ramzik as well, so he can try and make more of an impact. Been playing very well so far, so it's understandable, but straight away going in for this same setup once again. Just going to go over towards this A site. 3 SMGs, so the smoke's going to help them get a little bit closer. They've still got rifles to back them up. A lot of damage, however, being done. 3 players now tagged. Bomb now going down. There's potential for the pistols in this round.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I'd like to see Tengri maybe try and save in this scenario. I mean, the odds of them getting back in, oh, they're doing a lot of damage, but damage is good and all. They're just not really finding anything. And now they've lost Sonic, one of the other players who did have armor into this. I mean, it would have made more sense, I think, to see these 3 players save. Even Ramzik, I mean, he didn't really have to face with the scout. Could have just tried to fade away, but no, I mean, instead they're all going to go down. As Nemiga do go hunting, so it will be a 3rd round found. They still have 1 more before Tengri can get a bye together. So they can at least take solace in the fact that a 4th round should be waiting for them on the corner.
Yeah, who knows, if they can actually build some confidence, then maybe they can actually get themselves rolling. Like we've said in the past, at least what we saw on Train, the first map that they lost, their T side was definitely the better, getting 9 rounds and then just unable to convert versus Team Spirit Academy, of course. And if they can get themselves some momentum, maybe there's a chance they can do a little bit better over on this T side. Already finding the first pick, just going for these setups once again, but no, not like this. Not like this. Straight eco, already taking down 3-4 players. Cyber Focus is the only one left alive, and he's got 25 HP. Please, don't throw around like this. I can't take it. I can't.
Oh, he spots that SNK. Rams are going to be rotating around now. The Molotov to hold him back. He's going to rush straight on through. He's not looking too healthy. He gets the first, but it's Ramzik and CT to shut him down. And at this point, Tom, I feel like the lesson we've learned is just go against whatever, go do the opposite of whatever I say. If you want, I'll give up my predictions before the next game. And if people want to, use that to influence any decisions they ever make, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I said that should have been a round that they should have got. At least they can get 4, and then they lose it. I said that the 16-0 dream was still alive, and then it wasn't. And I said that I thought Nemiga could take this in 3 maps, and they can't. As they're currently would require them to take 12 consecutively in order to carry us through to overtime. And while they have got a nice buy up, Cyber Focus going to be on the AWP. Rifles between them, players making their way out through lower tunnels in the form of Roman and Hitmouse. They haven't gained anything. There's still plenty of time left, though. Do have control of top mid. No one going to be facing a challenge too eagerly, and Ramzik will actually fall to Hitmouse early on. Bitch able to find the equalizer. Back into a 4-on-4 we go. Now they know that there's a player over in mid. At least one. Pachanga's going to be posted up here. Might be able to jump on top of the cinder blocks to try and help out, but 3 players sneaking up through connector. Fitch trapped on the site behind the double stack. And now as he turns his attention towards connector, finds the first hit mouse, so going to be the one to pick that up, and they get the info that the push can come out towards A. The bomb's going to be dropped over in mid, which they will be picking up. Pachanga causing a bit of a ruckus though. Picks up Cyber Focus. Down he goes. Bomb going to be dropped up on short. SNK going to dispatch a hit mouse now at Tulandowski and Roman. 2 versus 3. Bomb dropped over at short. And it's all on one man. It's all
One
on
man with no plan by the looks of things, as that didn't look like a well-executed round whatsoever, or a well-executed match in general. Obviously, scoreboard, just waiting for that to be updated, but a dominating performance from Tengri in the second map. They'll be going into our decider match, which will be coming up next, and they will get to face off against Team Spirit Academy. I keep like doing the sort of emphasis wrong. But either way, yeah, Team Spirit Academy coming up next versus Tengri. I think that'll be a pretty close game, in fact, and I'm hoping at least maybe we'll get to see 3 maps today. But we've got to go to a little bit of a break. I'm hoping this time it'll be a short break and not last time when I said it when it was an hour and a half. But please don't go anywhere, as we'd like to see you for the next matchup.